That is the worst way to put that. It's more validating the reason why things are done the way they are. Because it's no more different than my mom telling me, oh, well, crack is bad. Well, how am I supposed to know? Well, guess what? I was around a bunch of fucking crackheads who, you know...
He didn't care about meeting his family. He knew it would stop the argument with his mother. So he was using that to stop the argument with her because she couldn't fight back against it. There was nothing she could say to change the fact that she did, in fact, have the contact information, and she was, in fact, keeping it from him. He didn't give two shits about them. He went and met them one time and was told, we'll give you all the phone numbers, you can have all the contacts you want to have, we'll help you get to and from, and he never once asked again, but he stopped throwing that in her fucking face. That was all it was, and I knew that was all it was.
It's the validation. No, but it's the validation. That's what it is.
No, it was a point to hurt. It was a point to hurt his mom and shut her down.
No,
he didn't. There was no validation to him. He didn't care. He found out that he's actually got a brother who was going to my University of Miami to be a doctor, and there were actually productive members of his family. He was given all of their contact information. He could have, if he really cared about any of that to begin with, and he wanted validation, he would have followed through with making those contacts. He didn't want validation. He wanted to stop the argument with her, and he was succeeding.
Hence, he got his validation. His validation is not the point of what you think it is. His validation is the point of what? He threw it in his mom's face. His mom got up the balls to go, fine. He got validated in knowing that his parents are here, his parents are here, you can go there if you want. That's your validation.
But he didn't care about that. He was just weaponizing it. That was it.
Hence, he got his validation. What his validation is he got what he wanted out of it, which was what?
To stop the argument.
To stop the argument.
That's all he wanted.
She got her validation by doing what? Hence, no, that's the thing. They both got validated. Hence, she got hers because she took on the challenge of, he may not like me after this, he may do this, he may do that. She had to, at some point in time, like you said, she had to bite that bullet. Question is how is she going to bite it?
She was going to wait till he was 18 and
that's
give
the
it
thing.
to him.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And that's the worst thing you can do to a child. Is the invalidation of what they're asking. Is the invalidation of their concerns, considerations, or even if they exist.
Yeah, he didn't have any concerns or considerations. He was just weaponizing, and he had that pattern.
So hence he got validated. He got his shit handed to him, which was validated. Here you go. This is what it is. Have a good fucking day. Yeah, this is what you want. This is what you're throwing in my face. This is what you're gonna get. You just got your shit served to you. Now what the fuck you gonna do with it? This is what you wanted. This is what you got. You got your validation. Now I get mine. Come on. I did exactly what I said. This is what you wanted. This is what you asked for, and I went out and did it. Now you tell me how you are going to validate me. So are you gonna sit there and hold true to your word or not? Hence, he got validated. He got his shit handed to him on a silver platter, and he couldn't do shit with it. There is no validation in that. Hence, he got validated. He didn't get his validation. He got validated. He got violated.
Yes, and then he started looking for the next thing to use
his
weapon, and I'd be looking around as he was looking around, basically, until I saw the look in his eye, or I saw that click of the light bulb, or whatever, and then I would tell her the next thing. He's fixing to use this. Yeah. Take it away.
Yeah, it's the same thing as his mom.
And it was how.
But it's the same thing as David's mom. That is literally the same. Like what you're discussing is the same thing that David's mom does. Which you are right on. That's what you are right on. Hence the reason why you can use that.
Yeah.
Because she does the same damn shit. She validates her grandson over her own son. Why? Because she wants the validation from her grandson knowing that I'm a good grandma and I didn't do anything wrong to him and there's no reason for him to hate me. Bitch, what?
Yeah, well...
No, that's her problem. That is her problem. It's the same thing that my that my brother, my younger brother, had as a problem with my grandma and his grandma. Okay, because separate dads. All right, just so you kind of a better understanding. That's why there's 2 separate grandmas. All right, so the thing about it is, for example, all right, he went to go live with my grandma. All right, which is my mom's mom. All right, and stayed with her for some odd like 12 years. Okay, and she basically raised him to basically what we call a doorstop in our family. Okay. All right. In other words, meaning he didn't have the necessary gumption to argue. Okay, because according to my grandmother and according to him, he couldn't argue. And I'm like, really? You can't argue with Nana? And he's like, well, no. That's what I'm trying to, talk to you about. And I'm like, wait a minute. Nana told you that you couldn't argue with her? And he's like, yeah. Fuck that bitch. And he's like, well, what do you mean? Fuck that bitch. And he's like, I can't believe you said that about Nana. What? Fuck that bitch? Because fuck that bitch. And he's like, well, have you said that to Nana? On several different occasions, Paul. Why do you think Nana doesn't like me too much? Is because I don't have a problem telling Nana to go fuck off. If Nana can tell me to go fuck off, or if she can't say I can't come to the door just because I don't fucking do what the fuck she says, then she ain't allowed here, she ain't allowed near me, nor anything of the confines. And he's like, wait a minute, what? And I'm like, yeah, Paul, this is the problem, is Nana is raising you to be a bitch. Nana is raising you to be basically a subjugated person under her defect. And he's like, defect? And I'm like, okay, default? She just wants you to basically, easy way of putting it, Paul, she wants you to be subjective to everyone, so therefore you're not a problem to her. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, so, you can either do what Nana says and whatnot and be mad the whole time because you ain't allowed to speak, or you can speak up and understand one thing. And he's like, what's that? That you are human and you deserve every much as respect as she does. So if she wants to sit there and do that to you, why can't you do it to her? And he's like, can you show me? And I literally went over there and I sat down with Nana. I'm like, look, you fucking cunt. And my brother is sitting there with his jaw dropped and everything, and I'm like, and my Nana's like, what the hell is going on? What the fuck makes you think that you can tell my little brother that he doesn't have the right to argue? Well, he is like 8 years old. So, Nana, I was 4 and I was arguing with you and still telling you to go fuck off. And? Well, that's different because you were raised by your mother and you were raised in the military and the military raised you not to care about anything. What? Then what am I doing here? Nana, do I show up to your house to do your laundry and fix things and your plumbing and, do shit for your lawn and everything else like that because I want to? No, it's because Mom signs me up to do it without me being aware, and she just automatically thinks I have nothing fucking to do. Because she thinks I have nothing fucking to do. And she's like, well, aren't you just at home all day? Yeah, but that doesn't mean I don't have plans now, don't it? I don't give a fuck if I'm sitting bored whacking it, Nana. I still have something to do. And she's like, okay, well, but you're older. I'm like, that doesn't matter, Nana. Age does not matter, because if that's the case, Nana, then age doesn't matter for you, and you should get your ass up and go back to fucking work.
Yeah, I was raised differently. I was raised to think for myself.
No, this is me thinking for
I was
myself.
raised... Yeah, but I was not raised to the, do what everything you're told and don't question anything. Yeah, that wasn't.
Oh, I was raised like that in the military. We weren't allowed to question. We weren't allowed to do anything. We were always subject. But my grandmother got mad at my mom for the same reason, so why can't I get mad at her? And I threw that in her face. Then you have no right to tell Mom the same thing that you did fucking 10 years ago. And she looked at me, cross-eyed and stupid. I'm like, you want me to slap the shit out of you? She's like, you wouldn't hit me, and I literally got up. I'm like, you want to make that fucking bet? Just because you're old or just because of whatever does not give you the leeway to disrespect someone else. I don't give a fuck how old you are. And she's like, well, at least I taught you something. What? To respect others, regardless of their age. And I'm like, okay, so what now? And she's like, okay, I definitely need to change that. And I'm like, okay, so do we seriously have to have this argument? And she's like, no, but thank you for letting me know. And I'm like, no, it's not the point of letting you know. Do you understand me? And it took, like almost 5-6 years for her to kind of break that habit, but she eventually got out of it. And she started conducting Paul like an actual person. No, you can go do this. No, you have responsibilities. No, you can da-da-da-da-da-da. Sean's right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I should never da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And it took 6 years of literally a lot of arguments, a lot of heated arguments. Me almost beating the shit out of my grandma. My grandma almost beating the shit out of me. I've gotten thrown out of her house. She's almost called the cops on me. You know, she told me I wasn't able to come back to her home and everything else like that. I mean, I've heard it all, from everything from disownment to God knows what, including having my own death threats. So it doesn't faze me. But it taught me one thing, that being, you know, elderly or being young has no bearing on anyone else's decisions, regardless of what they are. Hence, that's the reason why, even with my kids, because my mom would ask me, she's like, why are you going asking your kids to sing what they're doing? I'm like, because I want to know if they're busy, if they have plans. Well, why? Mom, the same way as me, just because I may be playing a video game doesn't mean I'm not making plans further fucking down the line. Don't you do that? I got a question. When you're sitting here watching TV, what do you think about? And she's like, oh, okay, that's true. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me as you're sitting down on the couch, you don't plan for anything? You don't think about anything? You don't do anything? You just sit there and watch TV and become a vegetable? Because then that's the point of a couch potato.
Right.
And she started laughing at me. I'm like, Mom, I understand it's a joke. But I'm being serious. I'm dead honest. So, hence the point, Mom, we had this argument. You're sitting there doing what with Nana and volunteering me to go do what? Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm not volunteering my kids to do anything. I'm asking them, hence, if they have any plans, if they plan on doing anything for the rest of the day, and if so, what are they? Because I have things that I need them to do. And she's like, oh, well, this is different. And I'm like, yeah, it's the shit that you never tried. So I'm giving it a try. And she's like, okay, let me know how that works. And next thing you know, she's like, you know, the kids come out and she's like, you know, so what'd you discuss? Well, they weren't doing anything. No, they were playing with video games. So I asked them if, you know, they can come out and help me with the lawn and mow it and stuff like that. And they said they were fine with it. And she's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah, no bitching, no whining, no screaming, no nothing. And as you can see, they're perfectly ready to go and don't have an issue with it. She's like, well, damn, maybe I should have tried that. I'm like, yeah, maybe you should have. Quit trying to volunteer something. Or quit trying to volunteer. Or quit thinking that no one doesn't have any time. And just because you want to do something or have something done at the time because that's what the hell you want, doesn't mean it's going to get done. Nor does it mean that anyone is going to do it for you. Nor does it mean anyone cares. But I'm trying to make sure that they aren't going to have plans for their friends because she's in school. She might want to go to her friend's house. I don't know. Mom, I've had friends. How many times have you found me out of that house and you're looking for me thinking, you know, that I have to do some shit that you decided to have a wild hair up your ass about? No, that's happened several times. Okay, then. And how many times did that piss me off? Yeah, several. Oh, so, what, it really? So I'm supposed to take the same standpoint you did and just volunteer someone because they're fucking around, right? Well, no, that wasn't my idea. Well, what was the idea then? Because then honestly, you should have fucking gone and mowed the grass for your mother and everything. Yeah, I've had these arguments with my mom. And in the same discussion. Hence, my kids could never really be mad at me because I never really did anything that overly emphasized my authority. Yes, I put my authority down when necessary, but I never really, overly stretched it like most parents did.
I mean, realistically, when it comes to Ethan, the two biggest things that I have that we go back and forth about is him wearing clothes, which is not even an argument.
Which is normal.
And manners. You want me to do something
normal
for you.
Especially at his age and for the way he was raised. I was expecting that.
that's